Now more than ever in the world that we live in, it's important to get noticed. But how do you do that? Well, the answer is you need to be your own publicist. You may not know what that means, but I'm here with an expert on the very topic. Jill Lublin, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Kristen. Great to be here.
So what does it mean to use publicity to promote yourself?
Well, you know, one thing I'm big on is what I like to call the ooh-ah factor. What is it about you that gets you noticed? So how I define the ooh-ah factor is about creating the story underneath the story. Like not the, rambling message, but
Right.
What is it about?
The resume.
Yes, yeah, forget that.
Kind of boring, yeah.
I want your story. I want the rough spots, the tough spots, the vulnerable
tears.
spots. Yes. The interesting parts of your story, the pieces that make people go, ooh, tell me more about that. Really? Like their mouths will drop. And let me just say a quick story. There's a woman, Julie. She was in my publicity crash course, and she creates olive oil and food products from France. And then when we were going deep on this ooh-ah factor, there are tears streaming down her face. And she goes, Jill, there's something I didn't tell you. Well, when someone says, Jill, there's something I didn't tell you, I know something good is coming down the pike.
You're like, finally.
Yeah, exactly. And she said that her daughter was an alcoholic. And she was 16 and they had to kick her out of the house. And I said, Julie, forget the olive oil story. We're starting a whole new way to talk about you, which is to become a parent of a troubled teen. And do you know their whole lives changed that day because Julie and her daughter went out talking to parents, teenagers. Her daughter has overcome the alcohol problem, is really in recovery and doing fabulous. And you know what? They are now impacting thousands of lives by switching their story. And from a publicity standpoint, we're able to get into parenting magazines, mothers magazines, women's magazines, and teen publications. That's 4 more places that they can highlight that they never would have been able to do if she had just been talking about olive oil. So look at your own story and create your ooh-ah factor, the thing that gets you noticed.
So what I hear you saying is the things that you're ashamed of, the things that are embarrassing, the things that you view as something that should be kept a secret. That's exactly what needs to be brought into the spotlight.
Absolutely. And I say, hey, let's look at the news. What's happening in the news? Sometimes there's something that you can fit right into because of your personal story. Like my client Tom, his son got shot at the age of 16. And then we had that terrible Newtown tragedy where the school children got shot. And so I said to Tom, now is your moment because you're an expert in this. Not because you want to be, but because you were forced. And so Tom is now being featured in CNN and major media because this is his story. So yeah, the sad parts, the parts that maybe you don't even see are interesting but really make you special and who you are.
Jill Lublin, you are the author of several books, best-selling books. Tell me a little bit about them.
Thank you. Well, I have a book called Get Noticed, Get Referrals, and that's on McGraw-Hill, and that's really about driving referrals to your business so that you get more prospects, more visibility, and you make more money, because that's what referrals do. And when someone else is talking about you, you become top choice in your industry, and most importantly, you're respected, honored, and trusted. Love that.
Love that. Referrals are absolutely the best customers. There's no doubt about that.
And then guerrilla publicity, which J. Conrad Levinson, for some of you are familiar with, guerrilla marketing is one of the best, and that helps you drive your business using publicity tactics, time, and imagination to get you a ton more visibility and credibility in the marketplace.
Now you have a lot to offer. I know you teach boot camps and workshops and help people strategize with their message. But let's give everyone watching one quick strategy. When you go out into the world and you have to meet people for the first time, you're networking. What's some strategies about how to come across positive and with authority?
Well, first of all, I want you to be clear about your message. When you are clear about your message and you know what problem you solve in the marketplace and are able to give people real solutions, you will be a trusted source. You will know what you're doing, and your credibility will go way up because your confidence is accelerated. So knowing what you're going to speak before you go into an environment would be really, really helpful, and that's about practice and creating a powerful message that matters and that works for you in the marketplace.
Jill Lublin, thank you so much for being here with us. And where can we find out more about you and your classes?
Oh, thank you. You go to publicitycrashcourse.com/free gift.